got stuck in one frame here, one packaging. If I can, I will. Deacon. No, these I'll just can't put these together. Crazy times, y'all. I'm giving it a couple moments for everyone to join. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. I'm just going to go live for a little bit to just say hello. Hello and goodbye. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. We're going to say hello and we'll say goodbye. Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream. How y'all doing, man? Hey Donis. How's everybody feeling, man? Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Guess you we're doing a quick live stream. I wanted to talk a little bit about all the exposure that's happening on the planet right now, man. It's crazy. It's definitely waking people up out of the spells they've been in for eons, you know, and realizing that, yeah, we're being poisoned. I'm using weird words, you know, for the algorithm and for YouTube, you know, but you guys know what I mean, you know, the medical system, the financial system, it's all slavery. It's all a form of fear and control, and we're all finding it out, you know, like finally humanity's starting to realize it and wake up and stand up and you know, use their voice. It's a long time coming, man. And I'm grateful that, you know, the times that we're living in are amazing, man. We're going to have contact with extraterrestrials very, very soon because humanity is raising their frequency and their vibration enough so that we can have contact. And humanity's ready. The collective is ready. The collective's ready for the EP files that have been released. As much as it's causing a lot of, you know, outrage and upheaval, it's gotta be done, man. It's gotta happen. It's got to. We've got to stop repeating these patterns, man. We just have to, man. Or, you know, I do not want to be in this world another 30 years, 40 years, whatever it is, whatever time I got, and just living in the world where people are just, you know, kind of just following, essentially just following everybody. Yeah, right, right on. NZ blessed. I agree with you, man. And we have to. And we all have to come together and unite. And, you know, I mean, there's over 8 billion people on this planet, man. There's only maybe 1%. Yeah, we don't know who they are. Yeah, they're, you know, hidden in plain sight. But 8 billion people, man, if we came together, if we all came together, put our knowledge and our wisdom and our resources together, man, we could literally create a beautiful world for us all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's my hope, man. But, 47 years on this planet, dude, and I don't follow anybody. I will not. I refuse to. My dad didn't teach me in that way. And I'm someone that walks the path less traveled. I'm doing good, man. How you doing, RZK? Why? Why would we all drown? I don't understand. I'm confused by that. We're more powerful in numbers. We're more powerful together. Grand Rising, or Grand Evening. um, if we all came together and followed the path of love and realizing that we're all one and we're all connected, it would be, in fact, a different world. Realizing that we don't have to take from one another, that we can put all our abilities and our gifts and our resources together, you know. Yeah, man, Jesus, yeah. I agree 1000%, man. Jesus was sent here, you know, and I know a lot of people, this is controversial, but I feel it in my bones and my heart and my blood that Jesus was God in human form. As much as a lot of people don't agree, I disagree. That's what I believe, and no one's going to change that. Now, am I open to other possibilities? Of course. Did he have his full power when he was in human form? No, of course not. Did he Was he able to be programmed? No. Did he remember who he was? Yes. Did he come down as God in human form? Why? Because if God came down, no one would believe it. So he came down in human form. Thank you. I'm glad. I appreciate that, man. NZ, and please subscribe to the channel and tap the like button. We're on the road to 5,000 subs, man. Share these videos out to as many people as you know, man. We've got to get the message out. We've got to get the word out. You know, we've got to keep just uniting and being empowered and self-empowerment and, helping and assisting each other to remember who we are, why we're here and what we came here to do, because there's so many people that are lost and confused and don't know why they're here and don't know that they even have a purpose. But we all have a purpose. We all have a reason for being here at this time, and this is one of the greatest times to be alive, as all the disclosure and exposure comes to the surface, man. We're entering and heading towards the golden age. And it's like I said a few minutes ago, if God came down and said, yeah, I'm God, everybody, I've created this planet, I've created all the humans on the planet and blah blah blah, you think anybody would believe that? Oh, okay, cool, man. Appreciate that. I do recognize you, NZ blessed. um oh, okay, cool, man. Yeah, I do remember you. You pop in here and there. I agree with you, Simon. I agree with you. I definitely agree that we are in fact, we've been lied to, we've been programmed, we've been conditioned, we've been distracted to the point where we do separate from God. We've been poisoned. We've been, the list goes on, and all of these things have disconnected us as far from God as humanly possible. So we can't hear the voice of God. So we can't hear our higher self. Stay, all these things like the poisonous foods that we're eating and all this stuff separates us from God. Why do you think so many people are beginning to start to fast? Because they know that will bring them closer to God. You know, why do you think people are eating cleaner? Why do you think people are changing the way they eat, the way they move, the way they, you know, humanity's waking up. Yeah, that too. Humble himself to the likeness of man. God told Moses on Mount Sinai, "No man can see me and live." So he became flesh. Hmm. Yeah, but you know what's interesting? A lot of people get really offended by that, and they don't believe that. And I think that's just religious programming and religious brainwashing. Yeah, manipulated and brainwashed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's wild to me. Um, a lot of people get really angry when you bring that up and say that Jesus was God in human form, and I I don't understand that. But I accept everybody's beliefs and opinions, and Christian means follower of Christ. Follow him, not religion. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Well said. Well said. Yeah, I mean, and I don't even really agree with follow him. I agree with you can follow the teachings. I don't think we should idolize anything or anyone. We are all just as powerful. We all came from God, and we'll all go back to God. So what does that make us? That makes us as well an aspect of God. It's like we broke off of God. We are fragments of God. You can say it in so many different ways. We came from God, we'll go back to God. We are a form of God. We're just as powerful. We just have been programmed, conditioned, lied to, manipulated, poisoned, basically to forget every gift that we potentially have because we can do just as much as Jesus was able to do. Just majority are so distracted and so numbed out that they don't even believe that they even have psychic abilities. They don't believe their third eye is calcified because of fluoride, because of all these different chemicals and what have you. As I said, why so many people are finding their way back to cleansing and detoxing and fasting and all these different things so they can become closer to God, so they can hear the word of God, so they can allow themselves to be used for good at the end of the day. And oh man, it's about damn time. All this stuff is being exposed. Finally. Like I said, I'm 47 now. I woke up at 7 years old. I was exposed to a lot at 7 years old. Um, and it's crazy the control and manipulation that is happening on this planet and that has been happening for thousands of years. The religion's been completely manipulated and you know uh, I don't use the word Christian anymore because of all the lukewarm fake Christians. I use the term disciple. Yeah, I actually was saying that word earlier, like we're disciples of God. I'm a disciple of the Lord. Yeah, exactly. Disciple to me means follower, a student. I don't. I don't really like the word follower either, because we're all just, we're all on the same level and we're all teaching one another. You're my teacher, I'm your teacher. I don't, I kind of feel like when you use terms like that, it puts you beneath someone else. I don't think anyone is beneath anybody, not even God. I think we're all on the same level. I believe we are all on the same level. Um, God never meant us, God never meant for us to bow to him or kneel to him, or nor did Jesus. You know, that's the whole reason that Atlantis fell. Because the people decided to give their power away to these, what you would call, leaders. And they said, the leaders basically said, they created a problem and then they created the solution. And then they said, we can help you with this. We can make it easier for you. And the people said, please do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And then they gave their power away. And then that's when it all started. And then Atlantis fell and humanity, the human race, destroyed themselves. They were idolizing statues. They were what we were not meant to be doing. We were doing, and we still, to this day, are doing that. People do that with celebrities. They do that with sports players. Anybody that has some sort of money or fame, people give their power to. Oh my God, you're so amazing. Your music is, you could do that too. You have the ability to sing as well. You have the ability to play an instrument. You have the ability to do just as anybody else does. It's how much time and effort you choose to put into whatever you choose to put your effort and time into. But to sit here and be like, oh my God, you're God. And, I see it all the time, young people, bowing to celebrities and sports players and, multi-billionaires and things of that sort. And it's essentially giving your power away. It's no different than some idol, some statue, that, as to what happened in the days of Atlantis. And then the people, technology began to surpass spirituality, which is beginning to happen, again. And so, but I do see hope. I always have hope. I always know that we were never meant to suffer. A lot of us, like the 144,000 that came here, the volunteers that are here to, essentially wake humanity up. I'm one of them. And a lot of us are here. A lot of us volunteered to be here, to be a part of this massive shift. And we all heard the call that went out to the universe and said, planet Earth needs help. And we raised our hand and said, I'll go, put me down. No questions asked. You said, I'll go. Because you have love for the human race. You have love for this planet, for the animals, for the humans, whether you know your purpose or not. We all came here for a reason. We all are here at this time for a purpose. Of course, if you're awake and you know about what is going on and what's unfolding, then you are a volunteer. You are here for a purpose. If you're not, then you're not. And you wouldn't be on this live anyway if you weren't. you wouldn't have even found this content. And if you scrolled, you would have kept scrolling on. Do you think if we lived like they did 100 years ago with no internet power, turning off power at night, even like back in back to cart and horse days, what do you reckon? Well, yeah, but here's the thing. If we were at the vibration or frequency that we're at now, and if we were as awake as we are now, yes, it will be different. Yes, it would be better. But 100 years ago, we weren't at the conscious level we're at now. We weren't as awake as we are. We didn't know what we know now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if we were yeah, I mean, of course. Um Frequency, vibration. Yeah. Um we have the power to everything is frequency and vibration. This magnet that goes in the back of my phone is frequency and vibration. It's at a frequency and vibration. It even has consciousness. Um, so, yes, we can. So, again, the problem is there's been so much programming, so much manipulation, so much brainwashing, um, and people truly have forgotten who they are. And we've also been conditioned to divide and separate ourselves from God, from creator's prime creator source. I that's great, Scott, and I'm glad that you do. And I wish more people did put everything in and everything in all their faith and trust in a higher power, because we are being led and guided every step of the way. We are. We have very little control on this planet, but people seem to think they have all the control, and they don't. Even these higher powers. The fact of the matter is we don't. The only control that we have is resistance to what our soul is leading us, because our soul has a signature. Our soul chose to come here to do certain things. It's our ego that resists these things. And then we end up finding out we have some sort of ailment or disease in the body because of the resistance that we choose to put up. But the biggest thing that the most thing why God doesn't step in willingly is because this planet has free will, and that's the laws of the universe. Until you say, God, I need your help, use my vessel for good, I invite you into this space, right? God will not do that. God will not break those rules. Yeah, I agree. But religion has disconnected from us from that. Not me personally, but the planet, humanity. Yeah, I agree with you, man. NZ, we need a reset period on this planet, like a complete reset. But we go through the reset, not where we leave like previous, um, you know, times in history where the masters just left, and then the planet anchored into the new dimension, the new dimensional frequency. Um, I wish more people really trusted and believed and had that faith. We would be living on a different planet right now. We wouldn't be going through the things we're going through, because I really wish and hope that people wake up and see that how is it possible that one man did all the things he did and all the connections he had and got away with it for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did we allow that to slip under our, and what I referred to is the Epstein files, is Jeffrey Epstein. How did we allow that to slip by us? He's connected to everything all around the world. Global leaders, corporations, gaming industry, everything. Yeah, it's a global network, but does that matter? There's billions of people. How do we let it slip by us? Because of the programming and conditioning, because of the manipulation, because of all of that, because we've given our power away. And it's time that we come back together. It's time that we unite. We realize that we're one and connected. And we actually truly reconnect back to God, to source. You know, more prayer circles, more people coming together, more meditation circles, more of these things where we can come together and raise the frequency and the vibration of the planet. Yeah, they're top-notch deceivers, but we allowed it. We allowed it. You can't take that away. And it's like, yeah, we can blame everybody and blame everything, but at the end of the day, we allowed it. And if we continue to follow and not lead and make conscious choices, it's going to happen again and again and again. The thing and the problem that lies is humanity forgets very quickly. Once it dies down and another story comes to light, humanity will quickly forget. And then there'll be someone else. Yeah, exactly. Because there's so many temptations, man. There's so much temptation. And that's purposefully done. Because all of these temptations separate us from God, separate us from our higher self. The more they can distract you and keep you busy, in debt, paying your bills, poisoning you, all of these things, the farther you're going to be from God, the farther you're going to be from your higher self, your soul leading you. So that's why a lot of people are taking it into their own hands, and they're fasting, they're eating cleaner. They want to live off the land, they want to live in community, they want to meditate, and a lot more people are not watching mainstream programming. A lot of people are not. I believe Jesus is already here. To be honest with you, he's been here, because here's the thing: energy never dies. If you want to channel Jesus, if you want to call Jesus in, you can call Jesus's energy in. Everything is energy. I don't believe he's coming back in physical form, but he's here, and you can ask for him anytime you want. You've got to just make a commitment and be consistent, and essentially, set aside time every day to sit with Jesus, to call Jesus in, and then tune in. And sometimes you may not feel his energy. Sometimes you may, but he's always communicating and talking with you. Again, these distractions, the poisons, all these things have created ways so that we can't hear the voice of God. We can't hear the voice of Jesus. We can't hear the voice of our higher self. We can't hear our guides and angels, and it's all purposefully done to separate us. I mean, everything is what you believe. We're all energy source though. We're all made of energy. We're all frequency and vibration. That's an interesting quote. No, I'm not unsure what to believe and think. I'm definitely not, my friend. um, I mean, I know who Jesus really is. Funny that this became the topic of today from what I posted, but that's okay, you know. Um, I intended to no. I mean, I me personally, I don't believe in religion. I believe in I am a spiritual being. Um, I feel very strongly that religion was a man-made creation to divide and separate. That's what, just like politics. But I'm gonna end it there, y'all, because I've got to go take care of a couple things. But I will be back tomorrow for another live, for another conversation, for us to deep dive. And I appreciate y'all, man, from the bottom of my heart, man. Keep your frequency high. Keep vibing high. Keep shining your light bright. And get out in nature, man. Love one another. Come together, man. That's what we need to do. That's what we all need to do, man. So I'll see you guys soon.